So I was out flying around looking for a good spot to build, and I found this little divot, a little gap in the terrain, like this big pit. And I thought it would be really awesome if I built some sort of tower in the middle right here, and then a bridge connecting both of them, right? And do some sort of snowy winter castle, right? So, let's get started. Yeah, that'll do. Just like kind of a arrowhead design, I guess, where it kind of comes to a point. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there's a lush cave down here. It looks really cool, doesn't it? So there's something I could definitely do with this at a later date. Isn't there an even darker block? What is it, like blackstone? Yeah, this stuff is like pitch black. Yeah, that'll be like the very, very bottom of the tower. Yeah, I guess I just realized I had not yet done a building video in the snow. I've done like 7 of these now, recently. And I was thinking like, man, it would be really nice if I got into the snow somehow, because I really do love building in these kind of snowy taiga climates. Just very, very cozy. I know it's not really the time of year to do a snowy build, more like that'd be more of a Christmas thing, but I still wanted to do it. Yeah, it's looking alright so far. I mean, the bridge is going to be more like up here, so it's going to take a while to get up to the light colors, but it looks pretty good for now. Pretty dark colors at the bottom. Alright, that's looking okay. It's a little bit rough. I'll touch up the actual gradient in the future, but that looks not too bad, honestly, for a first pass. I mean, it's a little bit messy. Like, some of the transition areas could be cleaner, for sure. But that's a good start. I'm not going to worry too much about the detail right now. It's more about the shape. So let's work on this bridge now. So I'll just throw together some loose shape. Maybe I could have it curve, actually. I don't want it to be totally straight. And then I want to have a bridge this way. That way it's curving to the side and it's going up. So it's just a little interesting, you know, not totally straight, not totally flat. All right, that's pretty good. So let me work on expanding this now. Actually, before I do that, I should decide on what the pathway should be. Gravel makes sense, but if the building itself is stone brick, it might make sense to make the path something else. I mean, I could do like a white concrete powder, make it like a snowy pathway. I'm kind of feeling that. I can see that. Let's just start with concrete powder and snow. That'll be the path. I think it'll be 5 blocks wide. That's how wide the path will be. Alright, that looks fine enough, I guess. Now let's lay in some path blocks. You know, actually, it's really good that I'm using snow because I can make really gradual slabs. You know, like I could really make it slope down, like piling this stuff up. That'll be good. Yeah, I feel like that looks pretty nice though, like how it kind of, the textures bleed together like that. It looks pretty good. Now, I don't know if this is a hot take, by the way, but I really do enjoy the snow. Like a blizzard in a snowy biome that's all cozy and just, I don't know, man. I love the vibes of the cold biomes. Alright, and then I'll make this slope up so you can walk up this. Let me do the other one before I forget this part of the bridge. Alright, yeah, that'll do. I kind of feel like I want to do the same thing I did with the last bridge tavern that I built, where, you know, you walk up on the bridge, and there's kind of like an open courtyard in the middle, but then there's a building on top of it, right? So you can walk, stand right here on the snow, but then there's more structure above you. So I'll just throw together... Oh, I forgot those have gravity. I'll just throw together a little courtyard design. I guess I need to put a support underneath here so the powdered snow... or what's it called? Concrete powder, so that doesn't fall down. Yeah, so I mean that could work. Like you kind of walk through here and you can hang out in the middle, and then these gaps are where I can bring the building up. I feel like I need to expand these walls a bit, actually. It's a little bit, not enough space. Let me add a little lip here. Yeah, that way we have a little bit more space to work with. Now, I want to start thinking about what the floor should be, and I feel like spruce is a really easy option, but, you know, I could try dark oak. That could work. Let me compare the two. Do spruce over here and then dark oak over there. Yeah, I think looking at this, I think dark oak is the move. Just a lot richer in tone and color. God, the snow is covering up what I'm working on. So we'll have a few different entrances to these side modules, right? That looks fine. It really needs some detail, though. It's such a turd of a tower. So, I mean, this is a really skinny hallway. It's not really that useful. So maybe this could be the stairwell. One of the stairwells. So you just kind of like mosey your way up here through this cramped corridor. Maybe it'll have to go outside a little bit. And then it comes up to the second floor, whatever that ends up being. Maybe back here this will be the other staircase. Alright, that's a fine layout, so you can go up this way to go upstairs, or you can go up that way. That works. So I guess in this little covered courtyard, we could have a bunch of barrels and like there's trade going on down here. I guess it would make sense for this not to be covered by snow, actually. Because there's no way snow would get in here, right? So actually, instead of this being powdered snow and snow, we could have this be like gravel. And out here is like, it's all been covered up, right? That makes more sense. Because that's honestly what makes a build good, dude, is like when you think about, would this actually make sense in a build, right? Like would it make sense for this to happen? And in this situation, it wouldn't make sense for snow to be in here because it's all covered, right? So you want to adapt the lore and the function of your build to that, right? I mean, we could have a little bit of snow, like, piled up. Like, maybe people have been trudging in snow or whatever, but, like, the entire thing shouldn't be snow in here. Alright, yeah, that looks better. It looks more realistic. Okay, so, what was I doing? I was decorating, right? So, maybe anvils and chests. That looks kind of stupid. Let me get spruce. That looks pretty good. That actually looks really good. That looks like it fits, yeah. I like that. And, well, you know me. I love to have lore in my builds, so let's get some clearances going. Yeah, there we go. Get the boys going. Yeah, this is coming together. It's very, very plain, but I can see the vision forming. I would say let's go back to the bridge. I want to add a little bit more character to this, because this is just so flat right now. There we go, that's coming together. That looks okay, I suppose. I mean, it's the same kind of deal where if you don't have fences, if you don't have walls or stairs or slabs, it's gonna look bad no matter what, right? I gotta come back later and add details and chipped pieces and all that, but I'll do that later. This is really just about getting the shape. Maybe I could leave this one partially hollow. There's like a hobo living in here. Little pathway coming off the side, like a rickety little walkway of some sort. That'd be kind of cool. Like he's dug a little home for himself in the arch where no one will bother him, right? Here, I'll get him a bed. It's not going to be the most cozy of homes, but it's more of a survival shelter. Drape some banners around. I want to make this a really sketchy looking pathway. Like, you have to be careful where you walk. Yeah, and then maybe right here we'll just do like a ladder. That way he can get up and down. Alright, and then in here, actually it might make sense to have a campfire. Because he's trying to stay warm living outside. Maybe just some simple creature comforts. You know, the last bridge tavern that I built, I named a hobo Bart the Exile. So maybe Oh, what's the guy's name from Stardew Valley? Let's call him Linus. Here we go. This is perfect. Yeah, there's a character in Stardew Valley, Linus. He lives in his own little tent outside of town, so this is perfect. Alright, that's cool. Let's get back to the build now. Now, I guess I should probably start giving these guys a place to sleep, which would mean finishing the second floor, right? Let me do that. I do want this to be a pretty tall tower, because looking at it from a distance, like, it would be kind of squat to just stop the tower here, right? Like, I want this to be like a 5-story tower, something massive, right? This needs to be pretty tall. Maybe I should have, like, if this is the second floor, right? That's too tall for a ceiling, I think. So maybe I have a second floor, get some dark oak slabs, and it'll be like this tall, right? And that way when you're walking up these stairs, like, you could go down one level into like a janitor's closet or something, right? What are you guys doing out here? It's too cold. Alright, so I guess I could put some beds in here for now. Could just put like 2 back here, maybe 1 right there. Just this way they have an actual place to sleep for now. Let's get the snow out of here. Put a window back in here too, so it's not super dark. Yeah, I want to start adding some walls, right? Get some depth going on. I think it'd be cool if I had some parkour elements in this build, like if you took a ladder down from here, you know, and you were like walking on this little like ledge, like, oh, I gotta be careful, you know? I always like games like The Witcher 3 where you can explore tall buildings and like you're like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here, but I am, you know? Yeah, that's already adding a lot, dude. That depth, that is nice. I still feel like this little courtyard is a little bit plain. I need something else going on, like something on the ceiling. Maybe some slabs, honestly, just get some depth going. Yeah, that's adding a little bit, but it's still missing something. Just put some like fences going across or something. Because it's like, this is the one type of build where it doesn't actually make that much sense to have glowberries and leaves and making it all natural, right? 'Cause it's so cold and, you know, lifeless out here. So it's making it a little bit harder to decorate. There we go. That looks better. Just, it was missing a little bit of pizzazz. That looks good. Alright, what next? What next? Maybe I could start thinking about what this room could be. This giant open floor plan, right? Yeah, that looks fine for now. Looks good. Maybe I'll have this centerpiece come up like here, but I'll leave this side to slope up like that, right? Maybe this could be a little balcony. Not that you would be wanting to spend that much time outside in a storm like this, but, you know, the option. This is where, important business meetings can take place. Maybe it would make sense to make this outdoor spot a place for people to warm up. Just gotta leave an opening then for the smoke. Let's just make some little seating areas for them to hang out. Alright, that's a pretty nice outdoor area. Looks good. Maybe I could finish the actual structure, like the roof, just get a full closed design, and then we can start to design the interior. Alright, I think that's all the roofs done. I gotta say, normally I struggle a lot with roofs, but this came together pretty naturally. Yeah, I like that shape. It's just, it needs detail. It's so plain, it's so boring right now. I need to work on some details. But first thing I want to do, I think, before even that, is I want to finally tackle the interior. Let me start throwing down a bunch of chairs. Maybe a spot right here to eat. Maybe a table right here. And then right here could be a kitchen. I think this could be like an open floor plan kitchen. Maybe this could be like a little shelf. Oh, I know what I could do. Do campfires. We'll get a water bottle. And then we'll put some pork chops and meat and stuff on it. It's like a meat rack, you know? Maybe we'll put a door on it, so it's like a refrigerator. Maybe I'll use glass here, actually. So you can like see into the kitchen, like what the chef is doing. Alright, that's a pretty good kitchen. I like this. And then we need something right here. So we've got a bunch of eating tables, right? But we need something to fill this space up. Last time in my tavern, I built a like little karaoke stage. What could I build? What would a tavern or a bar have? Is there any good block for like a disco ball? Block? Like, oh yeah, these terracotta. That's pretty funky. What's it called? The sea lanterns? If I try to make like a disco ball. But the thing is that I was thinking this would be the walkway to the living area. And I don't know if I'll have enough space, so, you know, if this is all covered up, you know, like if there's a disco ball right there. Let me think about this. Maybe I could do it like this, where the walkway goes all the way around, and then it goes up, and this is the living area up here. Just kind of cramped. And then I could separate these into a couple different bedrooms. It's going to be really cramped. Do one bedroom here, one bedroom there, one bedroom there. Okay, that works. And then this is the last one. This will be like the worst room, the cheapest one. Wow, I actually managed to fit 3 rooms. That is tight, dude. This is not a lot of space. God, dude, this room sucks. I mean, actually, it's kind of cozy. I actually kind of like it. It's just really cramped. Oh my god. All right, so now, the disco ball. That's right, I got kind of distracted. This terracotta, a frog light, and a sea lantern. And we'll get some fences, or actually probably chains would make more sense. I mean, honestly, that looks pretty cool, just on its own. Because this doesn't give off light, right? That's a little bit too fluorescent. So I kind of like the pearlescent one, this purple light. I mean, there's green, there's purple. I feel like this is more party colors. That makes more sense. So maybe some like really wacky colors. There we go. We got a dance floor. We obviously need a jukebox. That's a given. Alright, that's good. There's still a little something missing. I feel like we need to get a chef in here. Here, let's bring back Chef Jeff. There he is. Alright, I feel like that's most of this floor. This is a pretty good interior, I would say. Got Chef Jeff in there. We got the stairwell going up around the disco ball, and the rooms up here, the super cramped rooms, but yeah, dude, that's pretty good. All right, so I did a little bit of building off camera, as they say. So I want to show you a couple of new additions that I added. So we got a new staircase tucked away in the bedrooms up here. So this goes up into this extended tower with some storage and, oh, gold and bells. That's kind of weird, right? Well, check it out. We got a whole bell tower. Yeah, I mean, my thinking was that the building itself was just too squat. It was too short. Yeah, I just feel like that extra tower is just adding a lot of height. Like it just needed that little extra boost, you know? But you'll notice I've got a few different little nooks and crannies now. I've got some ladders and platforms coming down off the side. It's like, oh, well, that goes in somewhere, right? What's in there? Well, I thought that like the tavern itself was missing a little bit of personality, right? It needed a bit more purpose to it. Like, what's the lore behind this build, right? And I thought maybe the tavern is really just a front for the Clarences to be doing a dynamite shipping business. So they've got the whole tavern, right? It's like, oh, it's just you know, we got the disco ball in here. It's a party room. It's totally an entertainment complex, right? But if you come down here through all these ladders, down the platform, you snake around here, we've got the TNT manufacturing facility. So we got scaffolding, and someone suggested this idea of putting red candles on TNT, and that looks so cool. It's like little mini pieces of TNT. We got a whole like sleeping area for the workers that are down here in the tower, you know. We got some hanging ladders and TNT being stored all over the place. I think this is pretty awesome, dude. You know, one funny thing is that I accidentally lit a piece of TNT here because I placed it next to a redstone block, which, you know, created a hole, obviously. But honestly, I kind of liked it, so I just left it in here. Like, it's totally an accident, but just kind of like a gap in the wall to get through. But there's still a couple of things that I want to add to this build, right? And to really tie that TNT vibe together. First thing is I want to build some little boats down here where they're shipping the TNT, you know, into the mountain and they're, you know, sailing off to sea, right? Like a secret shipping business. And then I also thought it would be cool if we had a like a secret rebel camp up here, like spies, you know, and they're spying on the tavern, like, oh, what's going on down there, right? And we could put some like Terrances up in here, you know. So that's what I want to build, right? I want to finish this build up, get some more lore going, and yeah, let's start with the boats. So I could build a little dock, right? Some deep slate walls and fences. Alright, that'll do. Just a little basic rickety dock. And then I want to build the boat, obviously, like a little tiny shipping boat. I don't want to make a massive boat, like I usually make pretty large boats, but this will just make a little dinghy. There, I mean, that kind of looks like a boat, you know, from a distance if you don't look too hard. We've got a Clarence to man the boat. Alright, and then I wanted to add a camp up here, right? So I guess it would make sense to build it like way high up, right? Like more like this level, and they're kind of like spying on them. Maybe even in this cave, actually. That's a perfect spot. Because you want it to be pretty hidden, right? They shouldn't be easily spotted. Right, there's the Terrances. Alright, that's a pretty good camp. I mean, like I said, I want it to be inconspicuous, so it wouldn't make a lot of sense for this to be like some sprawling fortress, you know, just a little tiny camp. I guess the last thing to do would be to work on these pathways, because right now they just kind of lead to nothing. Here, and then we could do fences across. Then we'll put a sign in the middle that says like condemned. Condemned due to rocks. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, I think that's the entire build at this point. So we can do the final recap tour, the final walkthrough, and we'll check out everything that I built. So of course, on the ground level, we've got the, I don't know, merchant trading area. This is pretty nice, right? Got some tents and barrels and cauldrons and anvils everywhere. We've got two different entrances that I can take. I'll take this one for now. Got a whole bunch of beds and storage in here, right? Pretty dingy tavern, I won't lie. Then we can go upstairs to the second living area. Still kind of dingy dorm living. But then if we go in this way, oh, hey guys. We enter the main floor, right? The eating area, the disco ball, the party dance floor. We got Chef Jeff in the kitchen cooking up absolutely nothing. And then if we hang a right, we can enter the, you know, outdoor hangout spot, you know, warm up by the fire. I love this part of the build. I love how it overhangs like that. And if we go back inside, keep going along this little pathway. The more premium suites, a little bit more private, very cramped, that's for sure, but got their own room, so that's a luxury. And then the last staircase takes us through the bell tower. We got some bell storage and gold to the final floor. We got some Clarences on the lookout and the bell tower. I love this bell. It really came together nicely. And then, so as you remember, this tavern is actually just a front for the TNT business that the Clarences are running here. All right, this is where the TNT is stored. It's manufactured. They're running quite a profitable business in here, that's for sure. Definitely a little bit dangerous. I don't think there's a lot of the Workers Association would have some violations here with the safety precautions in here, but we don't worry about that. And of course, down here we've got the place where they ship the TNT, right? Got some little TNT dinghies, little tiny boats here. We've got some spies. We got the Terrences up in this cave spying on whatever they're doing down there and sending intel back to base. And that last thing, you'll remember, we have a hobo, we have an exile living this way, out towards the caved mine entrance. He's lost in thought, but this is where he lives in his own private little, you know, albeit uncomfortable looking hovel. So yeah, dude, that's the entire Winter Tavern. I really like how this came together. It was a little bit difficult getting this super chungus tower shape to work. You know, it's a little bit squat still, but I like it. Oh yeah, dude, and if you want to download this build or explore it for yourself or all the other builds I've done, you can always join my Patreon. I have all my builds up there. And yeah, I'll catch you later.